This week's Torah portion, Nitzavim, opens with an address by Moses. You are standing this day, all of you, 600,000 people at Mount Sinai. I have a hard time picturing that many people. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I love sports. I've been at football games where there have been 60,000 people. And when I look around, I imagine 10 times this number is the number of people who stood at Mount Sinai so long ago. Well, these days it's hard not to think about sports, especially with some of the terrible headlines and some of the terrible events that have gone on and the way in which people are reacting to it. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big sports fan, and when you walk into my study, I have a picture of Roberto Clemente on my wall. And young people always ask me, why do you have a baseball player on your wall, Rabbi? And it gives me the opportunity to talk about Roberto Clemente, not just as a sports hero, but as a great human being who did tremendous things to help people throughout his life. Well, some of you who are also sports fans know there's a big difference in all the different kinds of feelings in sports. And you may even like George Carlin's great routine about the difference between baseball and football. He loves to talk about baseball as this pastoral sport, one in which the whole goal is to go home, one in which a walk is a wonderful thing to have, one in which there's no time limit. You just take your time. Now that's a different kind of image than the one we get from football. A strong and violent timed game where you run out of time. And we're seeing today the behavior of many athletes in the world of football that's causing us great consternation. Let's talk about this at services on Friday night, September 26th at our 8 o'clock service. Rabbi Locks and I will have a few words in our D'var, and then we'll open up to a discussion because we're sure that all of you are thinking about this and have something to say. And at the end of our Torah portion this week, Nitzavim, there's a very important passage we know so well. It says, I have set before thee life and death, blessing and curse. Therefore, choose life. They're not just talking about life and death. They're talking about how do we live life. Who do we choose to idolize? Whose examples do we follow? These are some of the questions we'll be discussing next Friday night, the night after Rosh Hashanah. We hope to see many of you there. Shabbat Shalom.